Virginia, we've got too much to get done to be dealing with the okey doke. Here we are trying to recover from a global pandemic that has killed more than 700,000 Americans, that shut down thousands of small businesses and put millions out of work. We don't have time to be wasting on these phony, trumped-up culture wars, this fake outrage that right-wing media peddles to juice their ratings. And the fact that he's willing to go along with it, instead of talking about serious problems that actually affect serious people, that's a shame. That's not what this election's about. That's not what you need, Virginia. Instead of forcing our communities to cut back at a time when we're just starting to recover, we should be doing more to support people who are educating our kids and keeping our neighborhoods safe. Instead of spreading misinformation and disinformation about the last election, we should be trying to strengthen our democracy and make it easier for more people to vote in future elections. Instead of stoking anger aimed at school boards and administrators who are just trying to keep our kids safe, who are just doing their jobs, stoking anger to the point where some of them are actually getting death threats. We should be making it easier for teachers and schools to give our kids the world-class education they deserve and to do so safely while they're in the classroom. So we're at a turning point right now, both here in America and around the world. Because there's a mood out there, we see it, right? There's a politics of meanness and division and conflict, of tribalism and cynicism. And that's one path. But the good news is there's another path where we pull together and we solve big problems and we rebuild our society in a way that gives more and more people a better life. And that's the choice we face. It's a choice I believe will define not just the next few years, but the next few decades of human history, maybe longer than that. You know, I look out at some of these young people who were 2 when I was elected. Not born yet. You were born. I thank you. I'm glad you were at least born. He was only a few months old, but he was born. But I look at them because I see in these young people, I see my own daughters, right? And I think about the world we're given to them, the thing about being a parent is that you hear it's a cliche and then it happens. And 2 of those cliches are true. One cliche is that, boy, they grow up fast. But the other cliche is you will do anything to make sure their lives are better. You will sacrifice anything for them. And so right now, we're helping to determine what kind of democracy are they going to inherit, what kind of planet they're going to inherit, what kind of economy we're going to inherit. What are we leaving for them? And it's our choice. And I'm here today because I believe Virginia will make the right choice. I believe America ultimately will make the right choice. I believe you right here in Virginia are going to show the rest of the country and the world that we're not going to indulge in our worst instincts. We're not going to go back to the chaos that did so much damage. We're going to move forward with people like Terry leading the way. But and here's the thing. In order for that to happen, we need your help. We need you to vote. Look, I know a lot of people are tired of politics right now. Listen, I'll make a confession. I never watch political shows. Michelle and I, when we're at home, I'm reading, she's watching HGTV, maybe the Food Channel. So I understand why people might be tired of politics and the arguments and the tweets and the back and the forth. And some of you are just plain tired because this has been hard. I understand why people are frustrated. We thought that the pandemic was just about done, and then suddenly the Delta comes up and it kind of throws us for a loop. And people are just tired. They feel cooped up. They're not sure what's safe. All this arguments going on TV all the time. Folks wearing masks. I believe that wearing masks is the right thing to do for people that we care about. We do it for people who are vulnerable, not just for ourselves. But let's face it. I think it's important to acknowledge. Sometimes I lose my mask. I'm like, oh man, where is it? I understand why people just feel kind of like, oh, when's this going to end? And sometimes politics in Washington feels that way, right? It's like, oh, are we still arguing about gay marriage? Really? I thought that ship had sailed. So I thought that was pretty clearly the right thing to do. I thought we got Republicans across the country who said, yeah, that, of course, and we're going to reopen that can of what? So I understand why sometimes folks get tired. But here's the thing. We can't afford to be tired because of these young people right here and the young people that are coming. And it's hard. Terry doesn't claim that by being governor suddenly every problem is going to be solved. I didn't solve every problem when I was president. The fact is that it's hard to undo the legacy of discrimination that goes back centuries. It's hard to deal with special interests who want to keep the status quo when you're trying to make the economy more fair and more just. It's hard in a big country like this where people disagree a lot to get everybody moving in the same direction. But here's the thing, we can make it better. When you got the right person in the job, we might not get every single person to get a job, but more people will get jobs. We may not get every child the best education in the world, but we can get a lot more kids a better education. I didn't get everybody health care in America, but we got a whole lot more people health care in America. It makes a difference when we decide to make things better.